Yeah, music from Melody Sheep out there on YouTube. You can find a whole bunch of remixes like that from Melody Sheep. We play a lot of that on our 420 Radio Daily Toker Tunes. And we've got a guest joining us here at the desk live at the High Times Cannabis Cup. It's James Hinton, who is running for Congress right now. How you doing, James?
I'm doing fantastic.
The first and most interesting thing, we got to talking about this before we went on, is that you're running under no party affiliation. How does that happen?
Oh, that's the only way to go. That's what Jesse Ventura said. He did it out there in Minnesota. I read a lot of his books last summer and thought I could do the same thing.
So you're a full-on independent candidate for Congress here, and what's the district you're running in? District 5, California?
That's right. That's all of Napa County, parts of Sonoma County, Solana County, Contra Costa County, and Lake County.
Okay.
For Sonoma, that's all of Santa Rosa, Roner Park, Sonoma, and half of Sebastopol.
Now, on your campaign literature, you point out that you are committed to re-legalizing cannabis. The FDI is misguided, and we've got quotes here from founding fathers. So this sounds like it's a very important part of your campaign.
It's a huge part. We got to end the war on drugs. It's destroying our country. $6,000 per year per inmate it cost us.
Yeah.
And it's wrong to begin with.
So in running in this area, I don't know much about local California politics, but this district, what is their general feelings on the cannabis issue?
It's mixed.
Yeah.
Lake County is 50-50 on it, basically. They just had a really close referendum go down on where they can grow. Out here in Santa Rosa, they have dispensaries. But in Napa, where I'm from, it's they have a very fascist view on politics, and they don't promote it at all. They won't allow us to have a dispensary. They fight it tooth and nail, and it's horrible.
Now, in this campaign, you're going up against a Republican. Is that correct?
No, a Democrat. Well, that's a good question. It says Democrat, but he's
Okay.
a conservative, moderate Democrat.
Okay. Like when we look at the U.S. House and we get some of those votes where you see 20 or 30 Democrats on the same side as the Republicans.
That could be. He's considered a blue dog Democrat.
That's what I was going for. Okay.
Yeah, he's a Catholic who is also pro-choice.
Interesting. All
Yeah,
right.
He plays all the sides.
So how does he play this issue of cannabis and legalization?
That's a good question. That's why I ran. He won't answer it. So,
Really?
yeah, I had to run to get, and I still can't get him to answer it. I don't know where he's at, but evidently, he voted, I guess, for it the other day, the 2 amendments that passed.
Yeah.
They said he voted for it, but I would like to see him. I've never heard him on C-SPAN. You can look on there. He never comes up and talks. Earl Blumenauer's up there every day, defending, speaking. I'd like to see our congressman do that. I'd like to know where Mike is at. I'd like to get him up there and speak for our veterans, to speak for people in our community, instead of just sitting back and voting for Bank of America and Wells Fargo and the Wall Street elite every time.
Yeah. Now, I know that you were mentioning dispensaries and moratoriums. I know Lake County's had some issues with this. You would be working at the federal level, though. This is the federal Congress that we're talking about running for. But with respect to the California state, what have you seen here from your constituents in this District 5 that makes you think you can win this race against this Democrat?
Everybody's fed up with both parties in Congress.
Yeah.
We're $17 trillion in debt. Ending the war on drugs would be a huge step in the right direction. And anybody who's not out there singing that in Congress needs to go. If you're not out there praising to tax Wall Street, to stand up to the corporate welfare that's been going on, and if you're not going to, excuse me, we need to get rid of the 2 parties. Everybody's for it. The table is set. This is a chance to do it.
We love it. We love hearing this. Was James Hinton, who's running for Congress in District 5. JamesHinton.org is the website if you want to learn more. And what other issues do you want to represent District 5 on in the federal Congress?
Well, I want to represent my community. When there's a vote to be made, I want to vote the way my community wants me to vote.
Okay.
So they've asked me to pursue term limits. They said they're tired of the career politicians. I've signed a pledge that said I would vote for legislation of 3 terms in the House and 2 in the Senate.
Yeah.
That's 18 years. That's plenty. If you're that good, go be our president, vice president, secretary of state.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of places you can work. But these guys right now have so much power when they're in, you can't even get off a press release against them in the local paper. They won't print your name. They won't talk about your issues.
Yeah.
They just promote the same people, and it's very hard to throw them out once they're in. So term limits would be a great way.
So how many terms in the House did you say?
It would be 3.
3 in the House, that's 6 years, and then 2 in the Senate, that's 12 years. There's 18 years. You could be president for another 8. There's 26 years.
Yeah.
And then you're out of there. Get out of there.
Exactly.
Go
That's
retire.
plenty.
Go do something.
That is plenty.
It's a great idea. James Hinton for Congress, District 5, jameshinton.org. And before we go, any last words or places to...
Stop fracking around and grow some hemp. That's been my campaign slogan.
There we go. Stop fracking around and grow some hemp.
That's right. We don't have to pump all the oil out of the earth to get a job in this country. There's plenty of ways we can get our economy going without pumping all the oil out of the ground and into the sky. Climate change is real. We need to address it. And we also have a lot of sick vets that aren't getting proper medical attention, and that's not okay with me. We need to take care of our veterans and get them the proper, and that could be cannabis for PTSD. Let's investigate that more and get that talk going. But whatever it is, let's get them what they need. They deserve it.
Are there any debates or appearances you got scheduled?
Well, I would love to get a public forum going. I've been asking Mike Thompson. I've been asking the League of Voters, the Women League of Voters, anybody to help me organize a forum. I go to his office. I say, I want a forum. They said, we haven't been invited. We need someone to invite me. I've gone to the papers. He does not do public forums. He keeps getting reelected, and he never comes out and addresses us. He has done nothing, and people need to see it. He needs to come out and speak to the community and tell us where he's at on cannabis. Tell us where he's at on the Keystone Pipeline. Where's he at on fracking? Where's he at on corporate welfare? Where's he at on single payer? You know? Mm-hmm. Let's do this.
Is there anything, I know this area has been devastated by drought. Is there anything at the federal level that's needs to be addressed with respect to water rights or anything? Or
I'm not sure, but anything we can do to improve our water infrastructure so then when it does rain that we collect it, store it clean, and then use it responsibly instead of for fracking, for farming. Let's fill.
He's for it.
Thank you. Let's start farming. We have farmers in Central America right now with no water, but we got water, plenty of water to go down to the hydraulic fracturing. It's 3 to 8 million gallons of water, per day on each well, they tell us.
Wow.
You know, we got to have food to eat. You cannot eat the oil, people. Let's grow our food first.
I hear it. James Hinton for Congress. Check out jameshinton.org. Running as an independent in California District 5, centered here on Santa Rosa, basically. That the district is?
From Santa Rosa all the way out to Martinez, including Vallejo and all in Napa County, the south part of Lake County, Roner Park, Benicia, Hercules, Rodeo.
All right. There you go. If you're a registered voter, check out jameshinton.org. If you're not a registered voter, become one, because voting is what changes things. That's why they keep trying to restrict it.
And you can register to vote online at registertovote.org.
Yeah, registertovote.org. Thank you, James. And thanks for coming out here and supporting, the cannabis rights and the movement. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me out here.
All right, we're going to go back to some music, and when we come back, we'll have another great interview for you here at 420 Radio's live coverage of the Cannabis Cup.